What is going on, Headliner Nation? Jake, Fantasy Headliners. Hopefully everyone's doing well out there today. We're talking about our top 24 quarterbacks and our quick and dirty top 30 running backs for Week 10 fantasy football. If you're looking for additional rankings, maybe you're looking for kicker, defensive special teams, flex rankings, don't worry, we got you covered there as well. Just consider hitting that little blue join button here underneath the window, becoming a member. It's one of the member perks, one of the many member perks that we're offering here this season, but we're not wasting any more time. We're diving right into the content. And we're talking about our top 24 quarterbacks here to start it off. And just a reminder, if you're looking for more of that deep diving information, those are the start sit videos. We're flying through these rankings, and right here at the top, we got Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs, a great matchup for him, going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and you know Patrick Mahomes has weapons aplenty. Number 2, Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles playing primetime Monday Night Football against those Washington Commandos. Number 3, Tua Tagovailoa of the Miami Dolphins, the highest I have ever ranked him in a matchup this week, going up against the Cleveland Browns at home, and Tua just out there slinging balls all over the place, racking up yards and touchdowns. Number 4, everybody sit down and brace yourself. It's Justin Fields of the Chicago Bears. Over the last 4 weeks of the season, he is quarterback 1 overall in fantasy football. We're giving the guy some credit, and now he's playing at home against the Lions. Give me Justin Fields at number 4, which will take us down to number 5, Josh Allen. No, before you leave a comment down below of how I'm disrespecting Josh Allen, I'm really not. Josh Allen would be my number 1 quarterback if he's 100% healthy. We're waiting to get word on how limited is he going to be. Is he even going to play this weekend? As of right now, got him dropped down to number 5 until we get more information, followed by number 6, Dak Prescott, Dallas Cowboys coming off the bye week, going up against the Green Bay Packers, whose defense pretty beat up. Number 7, Kyler Murray going against the Los Angeles Rams. Are they going to be without Matthew Stafford? That's something to pay attention to. He was a late add to the injury report with a concussion in the concussion protocol. Number 8, Geno Smith. He's traveling to Germany to play some football against a banged up defense for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 9, Jimmy G. Fresh off the bye week, going against the Chargers, could put up some big points with a lot of playmakers in this offense, especially if he gets Debo back. Number 10, Kirk Cousins, Minnesota Vikings. He's cool, he's calm, he's collected, he's dancing in airplanes with gold chains around his neck, and now he gets a matchup going up against those Buffalo Bills with another defense that's really hurting right this second. So Cousins sitting at number 10, followed by number 11 is Tom Brady. Even though the Bucs are struggling, he's still putting up fantasy points. He's had 17 plus points in back-to-back games. It's just not very pretty, so he's at 11. 12 is Trevor Lawrence in that matchup going up against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. He's going to have to try to keep pace. That's why he's at number 12. 13 pains my heart, but this is where we have Justin Herbert right now, because really, when we're talking about Bear, that's the wide receiver group right now with no Mike Williams, no Keenan Allen. He's struggling without his top receivers, so he's at 13. 14, Russell Wilson, another guy coming off the bye week, going up against the Tennessee Titans, a team easier to throw on than to run on, got Wilson at 14. Which will then take us down to number 15, Marcus Mariota, Thursday Night Football, going up against the Carolina Panthers, a team in which he found a lot of success against just a couple short weeks ago, but this guy is a total roller coaster, and it's super hard to predict where he's going to finish. Right now, got him at 15. 16, Derek Carr, the tale of 2 offenses in Las Vegas. Do we get the first half offense that we saw in Week 9, or the putrid second half offense from Week 9? We'll find out. Got him at 16. 17 is Jared Goff of the Detroit Lions. He's got a matchup going up against the Chicago Bears in Chicago. I really hate that he lost TJ Hawkinson in this offense. We need more Amon-Ra St. Brown, and what we really need is DeAndre Swift to get back to full health to really help boost that floor up of Jared Goff. 18, Daniel Jones, New York Giants. He's got a matchup going up against Houston. Now, the Giants coming off their bye week, but Houston is no easy matchup for opposing quarterbacks, and Daniel Jones is just another one of those guys you never know what you're going to get. He's going to score you 7, or he's going to score you 37, and nothing in between. That'll take us down to number 19, and this is where Aaron Rodgers is at because he's got no healthy weapons. Romeo Doubs is out. Christian Watson is limited. He's injured also. Aaron Jones banged up as well. Even though he's back at practice, he's not 100%, and now has a matchup against a difficult Dallas defense. I got Aaron Rodgers at 19. 20, Matthew Stafford, and falling. Ever since he entered concussion protocol, we do not know for sure whether or not he's going to play this week. For right now, have a little bit of caution at number 20. 21, Taylor, show me the Heineke of the Washington Commandos playing Monday Night Football against a very difficult Philadelphia Eagles defense, followed by Jacoby Brissett of the Cleveland Browns. He's got a matchup here this week against the Miami Dolphins, and we know the Dolphins can put up points, so they're going to have to throw the ball. The biggest issue I see here is I really expect Cleveland to try to control time of possession and run the ball a lot to keep it away from that offense of Miami. So Jacoby's down here at 22, followed by 23, Davis Mills, another quarterback with no weapons here this week. Maybe Chris Moore can step up again. And then 24, Kenny Pickett coming straight off of his bye week. What is this offense going to look like without Chase Claypool moving forward? Hopefully they had some time to figure it out on the bye week because I got him sitting right here at 24. So that'll wrap up my top 24 quarterbacks, but now is the time where we dive into the running back position and talk about our quick and dirty top 30 running backs. Kicking it off right here at the top, it's going to be Saquon Barkley, fresh off his bye week, going up against Houston. Now, we talked about this with Daniel Jones. It's a lot easier to run the ball on Houston than it is to throw the ball against Houston. Well, that's perfect because Saquon Barkley likes to run with balls in his hand. He's at number 1. Number 2, Christian McCaffrey, another guy coming off of a bye week with a matchup here this week, going up against the Chargers. This is a guy, don't forget, before the bye week, ran for a touchdown, threw a touchdown, and caught a touchdown. He can do anything in this offense. Number 3, another guy coming off his bye week. It's Nick Chubb of the Cleveland Browns. We talked about Cleveland controlling the time of possession. That's going to happen with Nick Chubb. Number 4, Austin Eckler of the Chargers going up against the San Francisco 49ers. Even though it's not an easy matchup, he is option 1A, 1B, and 1C in that offense right now in LA. Number 5, Derrick Henry. Can we please utilize Derrick Henry to the point of where he's getting close to 30 touches a week? Whatever it was they tried to do last week just did not work. They need to control the ball with Derrick Henry. 6, Travis Etienne continues to climb up these rankings and have huge days. The Jacksonville Jaguars going up against the Kansas City Chiefs, a team in which he can find some success again this week. Number 7, Kenneth Walker, Seattle Seahawks, playing in that game in Germany against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, whose defense isn't what it used to be. 8, Alvin Kamara, New Orleans Saints with a matchup going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. As of right now, we do not know for sure about Jarvis Landry, but it looks like another week of a lot of Alvin Kamara, hopefully in this offense. He's at 8. 9, Dalvin Cook. Even though they're kind of scaling back his workload, he's still out there putting up fantasy points, maybe a lower ceiling than what we've seen in years past, but still one of the top running backs in football, followed by number 10, Dameon Pierce. Dude looks great against whatever team he goes against, even in difficult matchups. 11, Miles Sanders, Philadelphia Eagles. Not doing a whole lot, but doing just enough to continue to be a high-end running back 2 every single week. Got him right here at number 11. 12, Josh Jacobs, who is falling down the rankings because the Las Vegas Raiders can't decide what they want their offense to be each and every week. 13, Cordero Patterson. The return of Cordero Patterson last week was great for fantasy owners, found the end zone 2 times, and we're hoping for more big games down the stretch. 14, Jamal Williams, Detroit Lions. Sounds like he's going to be the main guy going forward as of right now until we get DeAndre Swift healthy in this Detroit backfield. We know he's going to have a role regardless. 15, this is where I have Tony Pollard because as of right now, it's still up in the air. How healthy is Zeke going to be? How limited is he going to be? But it's a good matchup for them going up against Green Bay, who is decimated with injuries on the defensive side of the football. 16, Leonard Fournette, who is another guy falling down these rankings because they're not utilizing him very much in this offense. A lot of people want to say, oh yeah, it's all because of Rachaad White. No, it's not. He's not doing anything either. This running game in general is just struggling. 17, Aaron Jones, Green Bay Packers, had to drop him down a few spots. Difficult matchup, and he's another guy dealing with an injury. An ankle injury, should be good to go, should be playing, but do we see limited touches due to this injury this weekend? 18, Donta Foreman, Carolina Panthers. He's going up against the Atlanta Falcons on Thursday Night Football. Do we have Chuba Hubbard back? What kind of offense do we see in Carolina? We know PJ Walker is starting again, but last week's debacle against the Cincinnati Bengals has me a little bit weary about going forward and whether or not we can trust this team and put Foreman any higher. So he's at 18. 19, Raheem Mostert, still the guy probably going to lead the backfield in touches in Miami in a matchup going up against Cleveland, but he's still going to be splitting with Jeff Wilson Jr. Number 20 then is Najee Harris, Pittsburgh Steelers, going up against the New Orleans Saints. I kind of circled this matchup and said, hey, if we don't see something better out of Najee here this week, more than likely, we may not see it rest of season, so I got him at number 20. 21, Jeff Wilson, that backfield mate of Raheem Mostert. Both these guys going to get touches. 22, DeAndre Swift, Detroit Lions. And at some point, this guy's touches are going to increase, and when they do, he's going to put up huge fantasy points. We kind of saw it last week, right? Only had 5 touches for 50 yards, 10 yards per touch. If we can get some volume here to a healthy DeAndre Swift, big numbers could be coming. 23, Devin Singletary bumped him up a few spots just because we're unsure sure about Josh Allen, and maybe they utilize the running game a little bit more to take some of the pressure off of Allen or backup quarterback Case Keenum. How about 24, Kareem Hunt? Talking about controlling that time of possession for the Cleveland Browns, keeping the ball away from Miami. Hunt would have to be part of that game plan. 25, James Conner. Didn't look bad last week, but this is a very unproductive backfield, not getting a ton of touches, and it's being split multiple ways. So James Conner's dropped down to 25. 26 is Antonio Gibson. Really just hoping for more pass catching work, if anything, in a game they're probably going to be trailing against the Eagles. 27 then is Zeke Elliott, because of the limitations, got him dropped down here. 28, A.J. Dillon. He came up a few spots with the injury to Aaron Jones, even though A.J. Dillon hasn't done much of anything with any touches all year long. 29 is Khalil Herbert, this backfield of the Chicago Bears. Notice you haven't seen David Montgomery yet, and that's because Justin Fields is doing it all his damn self. So Khalil Herbert's taking a little bit of a backseat. He's at 29. 30, Deion Jackson, because we are unclear about Jonathan Taylor as of right now. We'll talk about him in just one second, but if Taylor cannot go, looks like we could see another start from Deion Jackson here this week in a much better matchup going up against the Las Vegas Raiders. But like we do every single week, I got 5 guys on the outside looking in that I don't want you to forget about here going into the weekend. The first one is Jonathan Taylor. We just mentioned him when we were talking about Deion Jackson. Now, Jonathan Taylor back at practice in a limited fashion. Remember, new head coach there, Jeff Saturday. What is this offense going to look like? It sounds like they're sticking with Sam Ehlinger, which I do not love at all. I would much rather have Matt Ryan under center, even though he's not great. He's better than Sam Ehlinger at this point, but Jonathan Taylor is one of those guys, if he's not 100% healthy, more than likely, I probably won't start him in fantasy football, but it's somebody to pay attention to. Next, Chase Edmonds. Remember, he is now a Denver Bronco. That does not mean I want to throw him into my starting lineup, but this backfield has really struggled to find somebody consistent each and every week. They traded for this guy. They traded away Bradley Chubb for Chase Edmonds, and there's other pieces in there, but still, I can see them trying to utilize him in this offense and really try to maybe take the run game and make it more of an extension of the short passing game, right? So we're definitely paying close attention to Chase Edmonds. Nyheim Hines, somebody who get more work in Buffalo, especially if Josh Allen does not play. We can see more checkdowns going his way. Tyler Algier of the Atlanta Falcons, super efficient last week. Looked great in the game with the return of Cordero Patterson. I don't think those efficiency numbers continue, but if there's still a split in this backfield, Tyler Algier could be a guy that has some touchdown upside week to week. And then lastly, David Montgomery. Not doing a whole lot this year, but still somebody to pay attention to. He's splitting touches with not only Khalil Herbert, but Justin Fields as well, and really kind of just getting the leftover scraps, not doing much with the touches he's getting. But I don't want to just write him off completely here just yet. We've seen this guy go on a tear before in the end of the season and carry some fantasy teams. I don't want to get reckless right now and just drop him and totally forget about him, because it could happen at any point again, but does not mean that I want to put him in my lineup here right away. But that was the quick and dirty top 30 running backs along with the top 24 overall quarterbacks. Hopefully I was able to help settle a few of those questions. Just a reminder, this was just a quick run through of these rankings. A lot more detailed information is over in the start sit videos. If you haven't watched those yet, be sure to do that. They're available over on the channel right now for your viewing pleasure. But I'm going to get out of here for the day. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day, a great week, and we'll talk to you later.